All right, welcome back to another edition of Doubleheader Weekly Picks with Amir and Keenan. But you know what? Week 11's in the books. Week 12's right around the corner. Some things we'll touch on: a battle of brother head coaches, a couple of revenge games, and who's going to be in first place in respective divisions. That's coming up on Doubleheader Weekly Picks.
All right, folks, welcome back. Amir, week 11 is in the books, and there's a few matchups that we're going to go to today that may surprise you.
Oh yeah, there are going to be a few that are going to surprise us. And results. Having said all that, week 11, let's review them and then get on to week 12.
Absolutely.
So, in recap, Cardinals and Panthers, Giants and Bucks. Hope you guys enjoyed the bye week, especially guys, Panthers and Cardinals. And as for the Giants, some changes came about, but we'll get into that later. And oh yeah, Tampa Bay, you think changes might be coming and things don't turn around. But we're going to speaking of change, let's start with the first game on the list at Al Stadium between the Steelers and the Ravens.
Well, we knew excuse me. Well, we knew it was gonna be a close game, for sure. Um, well, we picked the wrong team. The Pittsburgh Steelers came up for the Ravens. Excuse me. Yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers came up top, 18-16.
Yeah, it was a low scoring affair. All the points provided for Pittsburgh were on by Chris Boswell, who went 6 for 6. But they also got contributions from their defense. Patrick Queen, facing his former team, forced a fumble and recovered the ball late in the second quarter that really put the Steelers on top for good because, Ravens did threaten with a 2-point conversion. And you had Najee Harris, who had the game finishing run to seal that win. And let's see here. Also, Joey Porter Jr., who's the son of former Steelers linebacker Joey Porter Sr., they made the tackle that you see right here in Lamar Jackson that denied the 2-point attempt. And when clock struck zero at Alex Stadium, Steelers were sole possessed in the first place in the AFC North. You know what? It's that time again, folks. Kenny Bottom, take it away. Oh yeah.
I
If you
always enjoyed that for sure.
So do I. As for the Ravens, well, their high-powered offense was only held to 16 points, and they had 3 turnovers. And when you got back home, you heard this.
Boo! You stink!
And so talk about the change of the seating up top because Baltimore had this in the main controls for quite some time this season, and now you have Pittsburgh taking the first place ribbon.
Yeah, and that's not a good look for Baltimore because you've lost 4 games. I mean, you lost those Steelers team that's been doing good, but those games against Cleveland and Vegas that are slowly but surely coming back to haunt you.
Yeah, definitely some close games for the Ravens this year, and real quick before we proceed, are those records for the Ravens and the Steelers correct?
Yes, because the Steelers, or excuse me, hold on, right? That, hold on, that is Ravens are 7-4, and Steelers are 8-2. Thank you,
Eight and
correct.
two.
Thank you for spotting that.
Yeah. So I was like, there's no way Pittsburgh has two losses or four losses rather,
Mhm.
and is the only teams that they lost to is who Amir.
They lost to Dallas, which is their most recent one on Sunday night, and see, and at Indianapolis.
Yeah, the Indianapolis team was interesting that we talked about a few weeks ago. So yeah, just wanted to clarify that for everyone listening on Spotify. Before we say the wrong thing, so glad we caught that.
Yes, we did. So again, hats off to the Steelers, Baltimore. Uh, Well, he gets to face these guys again in a few weeks, so hopefully he can learn from this. Anywho, moving on
Mm.
from Steel City to the Motor City, and whoa, what a Lions are looking like a Super Bowl contender once again.
Well, the Lions, putting, uh, what's the phrase? Um, the Lions are doing what they got to do, and they're picking up where they left off, rather. And they look really good. 52-6 was the final score of this game, and we were on the right track when it came to the point differential.
Yeah, we picked they won this one going away, and sure enough, they did. And well, you know, the second time this season, they went over 50 points.
Yeah, and a high-powered offense and Amir, I bet you can read up a few of these players on the screen here that had monstrous games.
Well, Jared Goff, what a way to bounce back after throwing 5 interceptions in Houston. He bounced back with 412 yards passing, 4 touchdown passes, and no turnovers. And 20 games completed 24 passes on 29 attempts, 11 which went to Amir St. Brown, who is the one celebrating with the fans as he found the end zone twice. Also had a buck 61 receiving. And Jameson Williams, who is right here, 4 catches for a buck 24 and a touchdown. And Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery contributed on the ground. Gibbs with 120 total yards in a score, and Montgomery 95 total yards and 2 scores. And also, welcome to the pride of the Lions, Zaire Smith, because you scored your first sack in the Honolulu Blue.
Well, I'll say this about Jared Goff. First and foremost, 400 yards passing, and it did his thing. So, um, what a bounce back, like you said, Amir, and wow, Jared Goff. Could he be the MVP of this season?
No, he's making a good case. I mean, last I checked, he had 20 touchdown passes to 9 interceptions. That Horns in Houston hurt his chances a little bit, but either way, he's making a good case.
Yeah, well, he did have the game like you said last week, but he could be in the conversation of, hey, you know, uh, this team's not going to go down without a fight come playoff time as well. So,
Oh
and
yeah,
as
and
for the Lions, they definitely deserve a
oh
a
yeah,
special gift from the bikini bottom.
oh yep, you got a well deserved one.
Hooray! Hip, hip. Wow! Hip, hip. Hooray!
Yeah, and as for Jacksonville, somehow you still have your coach. Don't know how. It's just not help his chances of retaining that job. But he's going to be there on the sideline this Sunday. But yeah, oops, not yet. Dolphins. I think we know what's coming for you guys.
Oh, you stink!
Let me try that one more time.
Yeah,
Jaguars, you get a.
Oh, you stink!
that deserves a double B you stink, and I'm glad you did that, Amir. Because 2-9, Jacksonville does not look like a team whatsoever, and you're right. I'm still bamboozled that Jacksonville still has their head coach after 11 games this season.
Yeah, that 2022 season is. If it wasn't this memory already, it is now.
Yeah, and you thought, and we all thought that Jacksonville was going to improve and Trevor Lawrence. I don't know what the deal is up with him.
Well, he didn't hasn't played the last 2 games due to a shoulder injury, and Mac Jones hasn't really generated much offense. So I haven't said all that. That's up to the Lions, Jacksonville. Yeah, what's
Yeah, Mac Jones. I hate to say it, but he might be a bust. I'm sorry to say that.
I think he's already a bust in the eyes of Patriots fans, but we'll get to the Patriots shortly. Move on to our next game in sunny Miami, Florida, where the Dolphins, well, they're getting on a roll here. They've won two straight.
All right, so they're gaining some momentum now after getting a few players back from injury. Uh, so if I remember that correctly in there, so correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, the Dolphins scored 34-19 over the Raiders, so we're right once again.
Yep. So for the Dolphins, John Smith had a big day. Yeah, 6 catches for a buck for one, and now in the end zone twice. Jalen Ramsey officially sealed the deal with an interception late in the fourth quarter, which led to Johnny's second touchdown. And Tua Tagovailoa, 28 for 36, 288, and three touchdown passes. And amidst the Miami Dolphins fight song, they were also saying this in South Florida. Oh yeah. How fitting because we're talking about the Dolphins, who, by the way, are mammals, not fish. They call them on ESPN. I don't know why. I don't know why people get
They're,
that mixed up.
they are mammals. They are mammals, and you guys need to go back to science class.
Yes, and also read up some your brush up on your animals as well, species.
Yeah. Oh, talk about Tua, Tagovailoa. Uh, man, 2 weeks ago, we would say this guy that probably be done, and I was very nervous for him, but after this game, it seems like he found something.
Not only this and just the Dolphins. I mean, just feel like 2 weeks ago we were ready to write them off. I mean, I know 4-6 they got a chance of making the playoffs a bit of a long shot, but their schedule, when I looked, is starting to look pretty easy down the stretch. And so it's good to rack up these wins now as you can. Again, you have 17
Yeah,
games season.
definitely. And you're running it, and I thought about this today too before we hopped on today. There's some teams running out of time, so this is your shot to get the ball rolling now instead of um December 17th or 15th rather.
Oh yeah, because Thanksgiving is a week from tomorrow. And speaking of getting the ball rolling, well, Raiders, I heard you got some post Thanksgiving planned, but I don't think they include the playoffs because got a good effort from Brock Bowers, who got 13 passes for a buck 26. Yeah, your defense couldn't stop the Dolphins, and as a result, you got a what do they call it again? Customers up to Krusty Krab.
Oh, you stink!
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, boo you stink, and back to back teams that have 2 wins, that being Jacksonville and Las Vegas, and it's tough. So
Yeah,
that's
it
an, that,
wasn't
that's
too
another
long ago. The
team.
Raiders made the playoffs too. That was like 3 years ago.
Yeah. Wait, how long ago the Raiders made the playoffs?
It was 3 seasons ago.
Really? I thought it was longer than that because I usually don't pay attention to the Raiders side of things. It was 2021 they made it.
Yeah, 2021, that tumultuous season that somehow resulted in a playoff berth.
Wait a minute. What was their record in 2021 then?
They won 10-7.
Really? Man, whatever happened to that team?
Well, the coach they hired during the season, Rich Bisaccia, they didn't bring him back. So they hired Josh McDaniels, and well, that didn't work out. That's why Antonio Pierce is the coach, and that doesn't look like that's going to work out either.
Yeah, and John Gruden as well, right?
Yeah, and we know about that scandal, and he's trying to get back into the coaching ranks, but that's a whole nother story for another time.
So as for this team, uh, I, I I say your time is up because if you have 2 wins, I don't think you guys are gonna make any strides.
Nope. Dolphins, I say, still got a shot. Just got a few more things got to bounce your way. But either way, good job for the Fins and Raiders. Better luck to you next time. So move on from South Florida to East Weatherford, and oh, what a surprise we got there.
Yeah. Um, what a game I was able to find on Red Zone a couple of days ago, and man, I was getting a little nervous for you, Amir, of you being an Indianapolis fan, and I'm happy that the Colts were able to pull it out. And Amir, you were the closest on the prediction board uh, uh, for today, rather. Hmm.
Yeah, except I didn't. I was not. I was a bit not apprehensive when they said Richardson was back in the lineup, but to his credit, he proved me wrong. Had his highest completion percentage of in his young career, going 20 for 30 for 272 and two touchdowns, one touchdown and rush, one touchdown passing, two touchdowns on the ground, which also 10 carries, rushed for 32 yards, including the game winner with under about 50 seconds to go in regulation. He got big countries from Josh Downs, 584 yards, and mentioned touchdown pass. And then Whitty Payne, good to see you back in the stat sheet. Two sacks, including the game clincher, Mr. Aaron Rodgers, who's said shortly in his press conference that it's good to be going on a bye. Well, I think Jets fans are saying to you bye bye after what they've gone through this season.
Yeah, if you're Aaron Rodgers and company, uh, I think I said this last week too. I think I said Aaron Rodgers' time and time I can't speak today. Excuse me. Time in the sun is coming to an end.
Well, it was his time in the sun had ended long before this game and the Jets season for that matter. And as I say in my notes, it's a good time for a buy and an overdue reality check because, oh yeah, 3 days. You also let go of your GM, Joe Douglas.
Yeah, I mean that was probably like the second you know the second thing I realized. I thought Jacksonville's head coach was going to get fired first, but that doesn't really surprise me that the GM got fired from New York. But going back to my earlier point, real fast, and Amir, you were the closest, score wise, but you had the Jets winning, and I had the Colts winning this game. I just wanted to make that clear for everyone listening out there. And Amir, so far so good for both of us. You're at 500, and I'm 3-1 at the moment.
Yeah, you got a one game lead over me, but then again, I gotta give the Colts their props. That's Mr. Richardson, who and let's AR number five outdueled AR number eight. Or as I put in the comments on YouTube, number 12. So he used to be number 12 in Green Bay, who are probably who's I say it was a good day to be a Packers fan, as I say that. But having said all that, Colts, you've earned this.
Hooray! Hip, hip, wow! Hip, hip, hooray!
Yep. And as for the Jets, well, you know the drill.
Boo! You stink!
Big time.
Yeah, big time. Big time is right. Um, I mean, I'm just trying to think here. If you're New York with 3 wins, you guys got the same record as Dallas and let's say Dallas and Carolina right now. So I bet you guys did not uh, expect that at all.
I did not cut that either, and we'll get to the Cowboys and it shortly. But first, we're going to move from East Weatherford to the Music City, where a former Jet, well, had a bounce back performance, and former Panther too.
Yeah, uh, both of those teams are very true. Um, as for the Titans, let me get this out of the way. I rather talk about this team right here. And you know the drill, guys. Go ahead and hit that button, Amir.
Boo! You
Yeah, 2-8, not looking good. If you have 2 wins, like I said, you are probably not going to make any noise. As for the Vikings, you guys did good. Yay!
Oh yeah. hmm Yeah. So speaking of the Vikings, Andrew Van Ginkel, who should if he does make the Pro Bowl or even get an All Pro, there ought to be an investigation. Well, he had 2 sacks, 8 total tackles, three for loss, and Pat Jones, number 91, also had 2 sacks and 5 total tackles, three for loss. And you mentioned Sam Darnold, 2 touchdown passes on 20 attempts for 246 yards and no turnovers. And after that forgettable performance in Jacksonville, you expected to score a few more points, but either way, 23 to 13 over Tennessee is not bad.
Yeah. Um, Sam Darnold, another MVP nominee.
Um, Not sure about that. Bounce back, comeback player of the year. I'd say he's running for that one.
Okay, I would have to agree with that. I don't. I mean, I should have looked up his stats from the season so far, but yeah, he makes a good case for it for most improved player.
Definitely, and also Vikings fans showed up in the Music City because I see a lot of purple, white and yellow, and at Nissan Stadium.
Definitely for sure. Uh, man, that's a lot of blue actually, or purple rather.
Oh yeah, you see pockets of Titans fans, but I can ID the Viking fans a lot easier than the Titan fans, who outside of Nick Westbrook Keenan's 90-yard touchdown reception, yeah, not much from the home team.
Yeah, definitely. So I really got nothing else to say really. My biggest theme was the Titans record of 2-8. So
Yep. So let's move on from the Music City to the Windy City, and well, we had a much closer than we thought at Soldier Field.
I have one word for you: blocked,
What was it?
blocked.
Oh, yep. Kevin Burkhardt. And thanks to Mister 94 Carl Brooks, he's the one who got his mitts to block that field goal and get the Packers their 11th straight win over the Bears, dating back to 2019, which is hard to believe.
That's wild. I mean, I looked up that stat. I saw a stat the other day on Instagram, like a video, and I was like, man, has it really been that long? I'm like, sure enough, it has. And Amir, for our predicted scores, we were off for sure. I did not expect this.
Yeah, we were. I mean, given how the Bears' offense has been playing since they got out of the bye week, they let their offensive coordinator walk. It didn't seem like they would have a chance against the Packers. Not to mention that they hadn't beaten them in a while. But to their credit, their offense showed signs of life. They got to. I mean, was able to lead them down the field for the potential game-winning field goal, and also contribution from DeAndre Swift. But unfortunately, it just wasn't enough as the field goal, as you mentioned before, got blocked.
Got blocked indeed, and I remember watching this game on on, on my television dis- dis- distributor, and I was like, man, they're going back and forth for a little bit, and yeah, so it was a highly entertaining game for sure. And as for the Packers, you definitely guys deserve a special gift from the Krusty Krab.
Oh yeah, especially you, Mr. Christian Watson, 4 receptions and buck 50, and Josh Jacobs, 134 total yards and a score, and of course, Mr. Brooks, saved the day for your team, and you said it, Keenan. And also special shout out to Bradley Sample 3246. I know you had a happy day for you seeing your Packers beat the Bears and seeing Mr. Rogers. Well, come up short once again.
Yeah. So, as for the Bears, I wouldn't call it a boo you stink because they had a shot to win. I don't know. I mean, what do you think, Amir? Should we give 'em a boo you stink?
Well, the fans are because you've lost 11 straight to the Packers, your most hated rival at home, no less.
Okay. Okay. Let's give them that.
Oh, you stink!
Yep, that totally makes sense now.
And look at Carlos Santos's reaction, man. That says it all right there.
Yeah. If you call it Santos, yeah, that deserves another boo you stink.
And the Bears special teams. I mean, oh yeah, Jaguar Gator 9. Matty Rufus made your list again, and I don't blame you because his seat is getting too hot to sit on.
Yep, and I'll put that in the link. I'll put that down below in the description box.
Oh,
And check
you
that out.
stink!
Yep.
Sorry about that.
That,
Try that one more
yep.
time.
And
I don't know why.
Oh, you stink!
Yep, they made it that over. Yeah, 'cause I don't know why I went to the next two slides and I had to go back.
yep, it's all good. But hey, uh, we sometimes we do doubles and triples on this show, but it's perfectly all right.
Oh yeah, and like I said, everything's all right in Green Bay, Chicago. It's oh boy, I don't know where they've been since their bye week.
I don't know either, but they're still looking pretty. Um, are you were you expecting the Bears to be a little bit better than where they are now?
I'd say I thought they'd be better. Uh, I know the whole offseason hype was a bit um over the top, and it's starting to rallies. Definitely starting to set in now in Chicago once again, and again the offense doesn't quite live up to the expectations outside of like games in Carolina and Jacksonville.
Yeah, and you have DJ, a wide receiver in DJ Moore that only scored a certain amount of touchdowns this season, but he's still putting up pretty decent numbers, I would say.
Yeah, I would say I hadn't heard from him much of late. Not surprising, given Bears struggles, but I know he's getting frustrated up there in the Windy City because it just feels like luck is not on his side in terms of winning.
Well, if you're DJ Moore, do you request a trade, or B, go back to your old team?
They can't request a trade now because the trade deadline is passed. Maybe do it after the season's over. Um, Not sure he wants to come back to Carolina. He may want to go to a contender.
Yeah, probably like a Baltimore or Lions, or heck, maybe even Green Bay.
That- Heck, why not? I mean, or Detroit, they're contending for a Super Bowl.
Yeah, yep. So there, he's. I mean, he got drafted in what, 2018,
Yeah,
and well, he's still in his prime, so he's still got some time, and he's still pretty young, you know.
yeah, but prime years go by fast. The actual always like to put the wasted label on your career if things aren't playing out the way they should. But enough about the Bears. Let's move on to Foxborough, Massachusetts, where it was a rematch. Well, all two teams have played in the Super Bowl in 2018. Needless to say, this game was much more entertaining than the one we got in Atlanta that day.
Yeah, most definitely, and looking at the scores here, after score was 28-22, and we were on the right track actually. So I'll give us a big hip hip hooray and a big round of applause.
All right, well, it's a little early, but what the heck?
Oops, we'll try that again.
Speaking of hip hip hoorays, the Rams, since you're the big victors in this case, that they won their last two over the Patriots since that Super Bowl. Well, big day on offense. Puka Nakua, 7 receptions, a buck 23 in that. It's amazing touchdown reception in the second quarter. And also Cooper Cup, you also won over the century mark with 106 yards receiving on 6 receptions and found the end zone twice. And Matthew Stafford, 18 for 27, 295, and 4 touchdown passes. And of course, Cameron Kitchens with the game sealing interception to help cap off the win for LA to go to 5-5, which again deserves a.
Hooray! Hip, hip. Wow! Hip, hip. Hooray!
Oh yeah. As for the Patriots, close but no cigar. As Mr. Mario, the Mario Douglas, the man who was got his back turned. Yeah, you weren't looking for the football and that game, and not yet Cleveland, New Orleans. You were hearing this.
Boo! You stink!
Oh man, but yeah. Pay attention downfield. I mean, I understand looking back is okay, but man, just stay on your guys. Run the coverage, run the zone. So, oh boy, yeah. So honestly, I got nothing else. Good good effort from Drake May though.
Oh yeah, I mean he's been playing. He's actually doing better than Caleb Williams at. Who would have thought that at this point of the season?
Nope, not me. But yeah, love to see it. UNC alumni, for one.
Oh yeah, and North Carolina native as well. Moving
So
on from Foxborough, let's move on to the Big Easy, where wow, Saints they won their last 2 games after letting Dennis Allen walk.
yeah, this is weird because or not weird, but um, I don't know. This okay. This was a weird game because it looked like it was going to be closer than expected, and all of a sudden, boom! You know, a, a flip was a flip was switched. All thanks to that guy in the bottom left hand corner of your screen,
Hmm.
Taysom Hill.
Oh who'd have thought Taysom Hill would be the Saints' leading rusher at the game's end? No,
I
that's
mean,
what I thought, folks. No, yeah, put your hands down. Well, unless you're Saints fans, even you had to admit you were surprised by that stat line.
not me. And every time I look up, every time they were marching down the field, I see Taysom Hill running like it's no tomorrow, and I'm like, come on, Cleveland, just do something with him. And he's so hard to bring down too. I'll give him I'll give him his props though. He is a good player.
He is, and he had 138 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns on just 7 rushes. Yeah,
Wait, say that again.
138 yards, 3 touchdowns on 7 rushes.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I heard you correctly. So because that's that's a lot for one guy alone to do that.
Yeah, and given the amount of times he carried the ball, and speaking of making use of your touches, I mean Marquez Valdez Stanley, I mean another throw it at the office, 2 receptions, 87 yards, and a score, and Brian Brees 1.5 sacks.
Okay, well, good for him. But as for Cleveland, yeah, let's get this out of the way now.
Especially your run defense, allowing 214 yards rushing. That deserves a big.
Boo! You stink!
I thought they were better. I thought that they were better than this, man. What happened this season?
No, the Sean Watson situation. That's how I can sum up season for Cleveland in 3 words.
Huh. Yeah, one guy can ruin your whole season. That's lovely.
Yeah, and not to mention the offense has just been outside of that big day against Baltimore, non-existent.
I mean, last year they had what 3 to 4 quarterbacks start
Uh,
last year.
5.
Yeah, five, and Joe Flacco was on the team last year. Joe Flacco.
Yeah, yeah, they didn't resign him, and he went to Indianapolis. They also had Dorian Thomas Robinson. Who else on that roster? He used to play here in Charlotte. Like, name escapes me at the moment. But he'll
Uh,
TJ Walker. There
uh
it is.
Walker. Yeah, yeah. Whatever happened to him?
I didn't bring him back, and of course they had Watson. I feel like I'm leaving
Man,
another quarterback out of there, but yeah, they had 5 guys call the plays, and somehow they were to make it to the playoffs, and then in a whimper. But this year, not so much.
so they pretty much made a quarterback change, and that was basically it, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. Watson's Achilles blew out, and hence why Winston came into the game or started into the lineup. Well, who, by the way, was playing against his former team, did pretty good. 2 touchdown passes and no turnovers, surprisingly. And also, the Saints had 2 turnovers as well, hence why it was very close. But then the Browns defense just didn't have an answer for Jason Hill, which is why they ran away with the game and late in the second half.
Yeah. If I'm Alice Garrett, the star of Cleveland's defense, I would sit down with the managers and say, "Hey, I'm running out of time here. I think it's time to move on."
Well, like we said with DJ Moore, can't trade him. Maybe you can cut him and then a team can pick him up off once he clears waivers. But
Yeah, that's
fortunately,
what I that's
Miles.
that's what I mean at the end of the year.
Oh
That's what
yeah,
I mean.
well, these players have been released during the season after the trade deadline, and another team picks them up, especially one that's in contention for the playoffs. That's for the Saints. Well, 2 wins in a row, and when you get when that happens, you get this. Yep. Oh yeah. And what are
Yeah.
they going through
Sorry.
by a 2 game winning streak?
Yep. And sorry for that. Sorry for that rant, folks. I just had to say something because you know I know I know we're supposed to be biased on this show, but hey, I'm just trying to state the facts, man.
Well, no, I mean the facts speak for itself. The Browns have not lived up to expectations.
Yeah, most definitely, and I'm ready to move on for sure.
Well, I don't blame you. So that wraps up for the 1 o'clock slate of games. Now we'll move on to the 4 o'clock window. And what is going on in Santa Clara?
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. And well, the 49ers. Wait, did the Seahawks win or did the
Seattle won, or excuse me, that I don't know why that
Uh-oh,
happened.
that's not right. Hold on, folks.
Let's see. Let's keep this in wrong.
'Cause I remember, yeah, and
All right, there we
and
go.
the
Right
the
score,
record
wrong teams. But either way, now we got the correct result there. Yeah,
that's
either
right.
way, Niners, what's going on with these close games? You can't seem to close them out.
I don't know. I mean, I picked them to go to the Super Bowl, and they're going in the wrong direction.
Oh, yeah, because your defense couldn't get it done in crunch time, and the offense, well, didn't put up enough points. We had them getting 27 and 31 respectively, and they only gave us 17.
Yeah, that's not good enough. Well, if you want to play Kansas City later on, well, if you're Kansas City as well, which we'll get to them shortly.
Yeah, and for that collapse, 49ers, you got this when you enter your locker room.
Boo! You stink!
what was Christian McCaffrey's stat line? Because I know he's back.
Let's see here. Christian McCaffrey, he, you were doing against the Seahawks, excuse me, not the Raiders. Come on, baby. His stats are against the Seahawks. There we go. He only had 79 yards rushing on 19 carries.
Wow, that's no wonder. Because I think Christian McCaffrey's, the engine for that offense for the most part. And Brock Purdy, what was his stat?
I know he threw an interception late in the game, or well, late in the first half, that stopped the 49ers potential scoring drive. And I know something didn't seem right when it was 7-6 for a long time. When I looked on the score ticker on CBS, he only had basically completed 75% of his passes, but only had one touchdown pass and mentioned interception, and only passes for a $159.
Yeah, so I remember seeing that as well on Red Zone, like the ticker at the bottom of the screen, and I was like, man, like something's not right because we both have the 49ers do really good, and they're sitting at 5-5 right now. This is not good. I mean, this is good, but it's not. So
No,
I don't
because
know.
think about it, they could have tied Arizona for first place. If you thought they'd be at least 8-2 by this point, but I don't know what it is since their Super Bowl. They just can't seem to get right in the close games because this is like the fifth time they've lost, fourth time they've lost by at least a touchdown or less.
Yeah, so they they gotta learn how to close out games, like you said, Amir, and go and wake up starting now because if they want to make a run, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, they got to because it's not schedule. And it's not going to be an easy slate, especially within the division because it's a still very tight division, the NFC West.
Most definitely, for sure. And I've been looking at the schedule as well. So, but yeah, I'm not gonna read out the schedule actually right now, folks. We'll get to that here in the second half. So.
Yeah, but speaking of the tight AFC West, well, you thank the Seahawks for that because, well, got to give them their props. I mean, Geno Smith, I know, had another interception, but, when game on the line, season's on the line, he came through for his team with the game-winning touchdown from 11 yards out to silence the crowd at Levi Stadium, and got a big day from Jackson Smith and Jigba, 10 catch or a buck 10. Mr. Jonathan Hankins, excuse me, the defensive end. Oh yeah, had an interception that set up Jason Myers' second field goal to keep the game close, and sure enough, that worked out in the Seahawks' favor as they walked away with the 3-point victory. And the plane ride home, they were hearing this. There you go. I don't know what it is.
Most,
Two things worked out.
yeah, most definitely.
Oh yeah, so Seattle, you're back in it. Niners, you gotta start waking up because the season, like I said, it's almost Thanksgiving. This was not part of the script.
Nope, not part of the script. And we're going back to 2019, 2020. Amir Jane was with the script writing again.
Oh yeah, and well, Niners. It feels like kind of like 2020 after that other Super Bowl collapse against the Chiefs. Excuse me.
Huh. Well, we'll see. Well, I'm ready to move on because we still got a lot to get to.
Oh yeah, so only time will tell for Niners, but we'll move on from the Santa Clara to the Rockies, and whoa, how about this Broncos? It's well done.
Well done indeed, and man, we were off the mark.
Yes, we were. Well, in terms of the results, and I know you had Atlanta winning, and I had Denver winning, and well, Atlanta, yeah, for a second week in a row, they did not like that. And we don't like that. We say this.
Boo! You stink!
Yeah. Um, what happened to Kirk Cousins, Amir?
Well, Falcons offense only had two field goals speak for their name. And yeah, that offense was held in check as they four sacks and had an interception, courtesy of Mr. Cody Barton, who was the same one you saw on our week 10 review, who was sulking after they blew that lead against the Chiefs last Sunday. But in this case, the Broncos jumped out to a big lead and didn't relinquish it.
Yeah, never looked back. And what's up with the people on the right hand corner of the screen, Amir?
Well, no fly zone was honored at halftime, and let's just say the Denver defense it made our current Broncos defense gave them a great performance. Like I said, four sacks, two by Mr. Nick Boti Bonnet. I hope I butchered your name, sir. Of course, the interception by aforementioned Barton, and I only gave up 6 points. So yeah, that no fly zone was very impressive what they saw from this current Broncos defense at home.
Yeah, most definitely, and definitely need to go back and rewatch the highlights of this game because Atlanta, you're in a tight race in the NFC South.
I wouldn't say tight race in the NFC South, but you're not looking like a first place team the last 2 weeks.
No, that, nope, that's not the case at all. But for sure, um,
As for Mr. Bo Nix, man, what another stellar performance, sir. Four touchdown passes on 20 attempts for, and also 307 yards, three pass from 307 yards. That's 307, I should say. And also their first win over the Falcons at home since 2000, first time overall since 2008, and the first time ever at Empower Field. So that deserves singing the rule of threes.
Hooray! Hip, hip. Wow! Hip, hip. Hooray!
feels like we're in math class all of a sudden. The rule of threes.
Yeah, and oh yeah, like I said, 2000 last time they beat him at home. 2008's last time they beat him overall. That was in Matt Ryan's rookie season, and that was his first home loss, believe it or not. And of course, this is the first time they ever beaten them at the Power Field because the last time they beat them home there, that was at the old Mile High Stadium, which we amazingly brought up in our. That's what we just recorded a few days ago. Which will be out shortly in our 9/11 episode too.
Yeah. So, um, and he's referring to the episode coming up later this week. So be on the lookout for that one, folks.
Oh yeah, don't want to miss that one. But either way, hats off to Denver and Atlanta. Gonna have to do some soul searching going into your bye week. So moving on from the Rockies, move on to the game of the year, at least on paper. As the wow,
Game of the year on paper. Uh, well, I I would like to apologize to all Bills fans the last few weeks when it came to the Chiefs and the Bills facing each other. So my apologies if I said anything.
that's all right. I mean, and I don't have to send many apologies to the Bills because I had them winning, albeit by four, but a win's a win. And oh yeah, Josh Allen, he probably Nance called the Pats play of the year with that rushing touchdown from 26 yards out that put the Bills out comfortably, and then your defense that couldn't get off the field back in January or 300 days earlier, but they came out big. Taylor Rapp intercepted the first Patrick Mahomes' first pass of the game, and then Terrell Bernard sealed the deal with on his last pass. And also hats off to Sean McDermott for keeping his offense out on the field on that 4th and 2. And man, Mr. Curtis Samuel going to the end zone in Orchard Park. His first touchdown as a member of the Bills.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge because Sean McDermott was able to do some good things and was able to make some not risky plays, but some plays that were able to work out in the end, at least. So if you're Kansas City, first loss of the year, I mean, this is the first time they're going to hear this.
Oh yeah, there's Mr. Mahomes who threw 2 interceptions on the night.
Oh, you stink!
Mhm.
Never thought I mean, they were going to lose eventually. I think, but not to this team. That was my thought process for last week. Man, did the how much how many points did the 49ers score in their game?
They scored 17.
Well, the Chiefs scored 21, so they're not that far behind.
Yeah, and the Chiefs have been struggling on offense. I think this is the first time all year Patrick Mahomes had a game where he threw 3 touchdown passes, which is hard to believe because not too long ago he would just throw 3 touchdown passes like it was nothing.
Yeah, so if you're Kansas City and San Francisco, I mean, both struggling on offense, don't doesn't have a rhythm. But the fact is, Chiefs are 9-1, and the 49ers are 5-5. So that that doesn't add up.
Well, especially given how the Chiefs were playing on offense, it's like how can they be undefeated? Then again, you got to remember defense, which hadn't allowed 28 plus in over a season, 2 seasons, and then their special teams came through for them, especially last week. So got that, but getting back to the team that won the game on Sunday at Orchard Park to the Bills, well, they were singing "Let's Go Buffalo," and in the midst of all that, they were saying this.
Hooray! Hip, hip. Wow! Hip, hip. Hooray!
Yeah, so congrats to the Bills once again, and man, that I'll give them a big round of applause myself. So well done.
Oh yeah, and it seems like every time I snap the fingers the last few times with the hip hip parade, that's when it comes on. So
Yeah, so well, we got done with the 4:15 slot, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
yep, and oh yeah, this is also televised across the country too, and and they were on location for the NFL and CBS, and well, they got their money's worth. You know, especially in the
Yeah,
Orchard Park and Bills affiliates. Anthony, not so much, but either way, let's just say the number one seeds up for grabs in the AFC playoff seeding, and also Bills. What are we going to your bye week?
yeah. So a lot of teams, into their bye week this week.
Oh yeah. Moving on, let's start. Let's going to circle back to last Thursday in the city of brotherly love, and well, they got a lot of love for their hometown team because guess who's in first place?
Yeah, Philadelphia. Philadelphia is in first place, and the Commanders are what is their record?
They are 7-4. They lost their last 2 games, but two quality opponents from the Keystone State, no less.
Yep, two quality opponents. And wait a minute, Amir. Nope, never mind. I, I I thought I read that totally wrong. I thought one of us finally got a score right, but not yet.
No, not yet, but we are tied record-wise, 8-4. And speaking of scores, this is a 10-6 game for a while, heading mid to the fourth quarter, excuse me. Then an old face Sparta Eagles offense, that being Mr. Saquon Barkley, with 198 total yards, 146 on the ground, 52 by the air, on 28 touches, and scored 2 touchdowns. The latter was set up by his teammate Reed Blankenship, who had a second week in a row he's had an interception. So the aforementioned Barkley touchdown would put the Eagles up 26 to 10. But Commanders did battle back to make a one-score game, thanks to former Eagle Zach Ertz, who scored on the 2-point conversion. But unfortunately, it took way too long because it took up 4 minutes and 10 seconds, 15 plays and 70 yards, and there was not a lot of time left on the clock. And That's when the clock struck zero at Lincoln Financial Field. It was the Eagles who were again Solstice in first place in the East, while the Commanders. Well, gonna see these guys again in a few weeks. What I do know is that the in NFC East meeting it's gonna come out some. I think it's out now at the time of recording. Eagle Scooter and Commander Scooter have a score to settle.
Yeah, now I'm actually looking up. I'm actually gonna check right now and see if that video's out from Scooter Magruder. So while I do that, Amir, I'll just say this: Saquon Barkley, uh, MVP, MVP candidate.
Yes, definitely.
You love to hear those words from Mr. Amir Daniels, that's for sure. So NFC East week,
And also,
where are
while you're
we? Week.
looking that up, happy birthday to belated birthday to Devontae Smith, who got a celebratory birthday cake in the post game locker room, and well
Oh,
deserved birthday cake because the team won on his birthday on prime time and at home.
hmm, very nice, very nice. And as of right now, oh, I do not see a NFC East meeting week 10. So hopefully that'll come out later tonight. For sure. As of this recording on Wednesday.
Yep. But as for this NFC East matchup, Eagles, since you're in sole position in the first place, you know you earned this. There you go. Yep. And for the Commanders, yeah, you hit a dry spell for a while. Could have dominated the game, but unfortunately you couldn't. And took too long in your last drive, which resulted in a
Oh, you stink!
yep.
Yeah.
So another close game, but not close enough. So again, cats off to the Eagles, Commanders. Hopefully you can bounce back. So moving on from the Thursday night game, let's move on to Sunday night. And well, what a what a game at SoFi. Um,
Yeah,
I can't
what a
believe what I
game.
was watching.
You can't believe what you were watching.
Well, I don't know because it was looked like a blowout at one point, and then next you know the Bengals started scoring, and when I turned it off, I thought well, the Bengals are going to pull this off, and then a few moments later, somehow the Chargers pulled a rabbit out of their hats.
Well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to see this game live, but from the looks of what you're saying, Amir, you seem to like this game quite a bit.
Well, I like what I saw from the Chargers. I like what I saw from the Bengals, but I know Bengals and Charger fans are saying, can our teams put a game together for complete 60 minutes? As in, when you jump up to a big lead, don't blow it, and can we not come from and when we try to make a comeback, can we complete it? So, having said all that, Justin Herbert, 17 completions on 36 attempts, 297, two touchdown passes, both come in the second quarter. Matt McConkey, six catches, buck 23. Will Disley, four catches for 80 yards and a score. And J.K. Dobbins, they should have got carried the ball a lot more. Only had 56 yards rushing, but had two touchdowns, including the game winner with under 30 seconds remaining. And he, let's just say, he got some help from Evan McPherson, who had a chance, no, two chances to put his team out in front, but could not deliver.
Well, that sounds like an exciting game to me, and I'm really glad that the Chargers were able to pull this out because we both would have been 9-5, but we're both 9-4.
Well, yeah, we 8-5 either way. Yeah, either way, for the Chargers, but like that topsy turvy game, you've earned a. Oh yeah, and Bengals good effort. I mean, Joe Burrow 3 touchdowns. on the night. Amazingly, he only has five red, four interceptions on the season, despite the Bengals' record. Only Turtles only got one for the Chargers. But Mr. McPherson, yeah, you couldn't come through in the clutch. So instead of getting a who day, you got a
Boo! You stink!
yep, gotta make those kicks, sir.
Yep, gotta make those kicks for sure. Oh, I mean, I wish my knowledge was a little bit better for the Sunday night matchup because I usually pay attention to the Sunday night games for the most part this season, but not this one.
Yeah, like I said, this was one game that would have you saying, I gotta recharge the batteries here because I'm wondering what's going on. But either way, entertaining one at SoFi Stadium. So having said all that, going from Hollywood to the Lone Star State as they are bound for the Governor's Cup. And from the looks of it, it was the Houston Texans came away with the Governor's Cup.
The Governor's Cup. That's an interesting trophy, and Amir, 34, and the 10 was the actual score. Wow, I was actually really close at getting this game right. I was super close.
Yeah, we had the Texans maybe hit another field goal or something like that. I don't know. But either way, yeah, we were close, but not quite there yet. I know well, a lot of season left to be played. Having said that, hats off to Houston. Again, I know they've been had a bit of a slump going in between late October and last week against the Lions, but Joe Mixon had the hat trick, 3 touchdowns rushing on and going on with 109 yards on 20 carries. Derek Barnett, that 20-yard fumble return for a touchdown, basically put the game out of reach. And then Neil Hunter, another two-sack performance, this time on Monday night. And in addition to that Governor's Cup, there was a message inside there, and it said this. There we go. Oh yeah, so
Oh,
Houston won the Battle of Texas, and
yep. And as for Dallas, let's get this out of the way right now.
yep. Um, all I want for Christmas is for Jerry to sell the team, and ma'am, you are definitely looking good in the Santa outfit. It was a little early, but good nonetheless. But underneath that beard, you're telling the Cowboys this.
Boo! You stink!
Well, if it's a Santa outfit, it should be a Mrs. Claus outfit, right? Because it's a lady.
Well, Mrs. Claus, but either way, looking good in the Mrs. Claus suit, ma'am.
Definitely. Well, as for Dallas, I mean, no wonder Scooter Magruder hasn't released that video yet as of this recording. As of 6:15 Eastern Standard Time, we haven't been notified for it yet. But Scooter Magruder's Dallas Cowboys have been really, really.
Well, especially at home, because you haven't won at home, got embarrassed by your in-state rivals, who, by the way, made their name known at Gary World, which had a bit of a scare a few hours before kickoff when a piece of the roof fell off, but no one got hurt. But either way, yeah, Cowboys this year, they're not all in. Like, not all there.
Not all there, not all in, and I think you're in the same boat with the New York Jets, or heck, even the two win teams as well. Um, I don't know. It's hard to. I mean, would you say Carolina's in that conversation too? Because Carolina, even though they didn't play this week, they're they're they have 3 wins.
Yeah, and ironically, they're at the moment better shape than the Cowboys and the Jets, which they not saying much.
No, it's not saying much, and I didn't didn't say I wasn't expecting to hear that from your Amir especially this season.
Honestly, neither did I. 'Cause again, I thought the Jets would be in playoff contention and Cowboys would be in playoff contention considering where they've been the last few seasons, but it's just been a disaster in Big D and Gang Green. So,
Well,
having said all that, before we move on to our second half of our segment, well, I got the record prediction right. I went 10-4.
yeah, I was oh so close. I think a couple of games did it for me.
Yeah, so I haven't gotten a score right. I got a record prediction right. How about
And
that?
you've been undefeated this season, Amir. So you're 2 for 2.
Yeah, undefeated in picks and got a record right. Hopefully, we can get a score right before this season's over. So
It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen.
we did it last year. Thank you, Seahawks and Browns. Maybe on my birthday I can get a score right. Maybe.
Hey, that'll be a good birthday present.
Well, speaking of which, well, November 24th is this Sunday, and that's going to be the subject of Week 12 in our Week 12 preview. So stay tuned, folks. Go.
Uh, I see a familiar slide, Amir, the bingo card. But
Oh yeah, so folks, the bingo card is back. I know it's been gone for a few weeks. Didn't have time to do it the last couple weeks since Sunday before Halloween, but it's back just in time for Thanksgiving. And this week we're gonna be seeing got a revenge game the Monday before Thanksgiving and a family reunion. And so having said all that, before we get into that, here are the teams that are on the bye week. Um, let's go Buffalo and who dat. Definitely. As for Rise Up, Houday, Duval County, and JETS, Jets.
yeah, I'm just shaking my head at New York right now, and I mean, I don't know what else to say really besides that. And I mean, man, we have one, two, three, four, five, 6 teams on bye week this week.
Yep, so that will bring we'll have 10 games on the Week 12 slate. So hope for the Bills and Saints you enjoy it. Falcons, Bengals, do some soul searching. Jaguars, Jets. I really don't know what
Yeah,
to say.
yeah, Jacksonville and New York Jets. Uh, you're already in Cancun or in Hawaii at the moment on vacation time. So, all right. So I'm ready. Are you ready?
Well, like Ramsey's office, they don't deserve a trip to Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, more like yeah, Ramsey's office, I should say. But anyway, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am, and here's the bingo board. Memorize that, folks, if you can. Got Thanksgiving themed. Hopefully, I get a I can say bingo, given that it's this week. So start off. Let's go start off to Windy City. The Bears hosting the Vikings.
Well, I'm gonna say the Vikings will get the win, and unfortunately, Mary, you would have to go back to normal screen to
Yep.
type this out. So Vikings will get the win, 34-17.
All right. Let's say yeah, Vikings. They should win. I don't know, win it handily, but they should be up by at least two scores by the time we reach the 2 minute warning. So I'll say 28 to 14 Vikings over the Bears, and this slump is not going to end anytime soon because I know Marion Flores is going to be doing a lot of things to confuse Mr. Young, Caleb Williams.
Yeah, and real quick, is this Thursday night?
No, this is the Sunday game, so yeah, it's going. So yeah, this is 1 o'clock.
Okay, so we're going oh, that's right. We always do the Sunday games first.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, I lost track of time because I'm still thinking about Thanksgiving. So,
That's fine.
but we'll get there eventually. We'll get there soon. So, um, as for the betting odds, we can talk about that. The Bears plus 160 and the Vikings minus 190.
Yep. So I know the Vikings are picked to win. No surprise there. Brian Flores, I know he's got. I mean, I I see at least four Pro Bowlers on that defense, and yeah, the Bears offense. I just good luck.
Yeah, best of luck to you. And well, Amir, I'm ready to see what is next up on our list. If we only have 9 more games to go.
Yep. So we're gonna go down the freeway to Indianapolis where they host the Colts will host the Lions. And as much as I like to see my team win on my birthday, the Lions are the ones I have going to the Super Bowl. Ironic as I say that. Um, I I'm sorry, Colts. Lions are the Super Bowl favorites, but hopefully you can put up a good fight. Man, I'm not gonna allow 52 points.
No, definitely not this time around. And watch the Colts win for no reason whatsoever, and you get a really good birthday present for your birthday.
Well, if that's the case, Mr. Richardson, we need what we got in East Weatherford last Sunday, not what we got, say, in Houston that led to your brief benching.
Well, I'm just gonna say it now. Lions, you should get this done. 24, and it's gonna be a closer game, I think. So 17.
All right. I mean, the Colts do have weapons, but I know the Lions, they have weapons as well. A bit smaller.
So as Amir
Go.
makes a little adjustment, there we go.
And also,
For the betting
Colts
odds,
defense got a big, yeah, Lions got a lot of weapons on offense, so let's see what happens. Sorry about that.
definitely. No, you're fine. And so the betting odds, Colts plus 300, the Lions minus 400. So the Lions are in favor.
Yep, and the record, well, is reflects that. But then again, this is on the road; anything can happen. So let's see. We'll see how this game plays out at Lucas Oil. So moving on from that, let's go to the nation's capital where the Commanders are taking on the Cowboys, and let's just get this out the way now. I'm thinking the big day from the Commanders' rushing offense.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this out of the way too. Uh, 28 to 10.
Oh yeah, Mr. Zimmer. I know they're not going to let you go during the season, but I know next season you most likely won't be wearing cowboy colors.
Definitely not Cowboy colors for sure. Betting odds minus 650 for Dallas, or for Commanders rather, and the plus. Wait, Cowboys are plus four. Oh, it's the
Yeah, yeah.
minus. Not plus. Yeah, Commanders minus 650, so they're in favor. So the Cowboys are plus 425. So good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Speaking of good luck,
Oh, yeah. This is gonna be. Hmm. Can they win 3 in a row? Can they?
well, they're going to be facing a Chiefs team that's coming off their first loss of the season, and well, they're looking at a Panthers team that, despite their 2 game winning streak, have not much to hang their hat on, and they can't wait to remind Panther fans of that for the end of time because of thanks to Mr. Dave Tepper. So yeah, thanks to Tepper for why I may not enjoy my birthday, a birthday gift from you guys. But you can send me a game ball from Germany if things don't work out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as much as I want the Panthers to win this one, I, I gotta play it safe. 34-17. I'm sorry. We're back to reality.
Well, the schedule makers are singing our praises because, well, let's get the Panthers defending Super Bowl champions. We got their first game back from the bye week. So that being said, thanks schedule makers for reminding me why I am not going to have a happy birthday with the Panthers. But you gave me the Colts facing the Lions. How fitting. The two teams that got
Yeah.
we have going to the Super Bowl and possibly winning it. Might be my birthday. Can't make
Yeah,
this up, people.
yeah. And I'll just get this out of the way. Patrick Mahomes plays his best game against us. He probably throws for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Travis Kelsey will get something. Running back, it's gonna be one. It's gonna be what we saw Panthers do the first 5 6 weeks of the year.
Sadly.
So I'm sorry. As much as I want them to win, no, not happening.
Yeah, it looks like we gotta wait another 4 years before we can see the Panthers beat the Chiefs, which last came in 2008.
Has that really been since 2008, the Jake Delhomme days?
Yeah, well, then again, they play every 4 years too, so
Okay, fair enough. Man, even Cam Newton did not get a win against Kansas City.
0 for 2.
Ah, bummer. Anyway, moving on.
Betting odds.
Oh, betting odds. Thank you. I got so caught up, I guess. Anyway, thank you for catching me.
Mhm.
Minus 700 for Kansas City, plus 450 for Carolina. So there you go. Next.
Well, before we move on, I will say this: if Panthers have a shot of winning, Chiefs' offense has been shaky, and Pat has thrown. So he had several games he's thrown for more interceptions than touchdowns. And if you want to keep him on the sidelines, Chuba Hubbard, he's close to 1,000 yards. So, and it's going to be tough scoring against Chris Jones, but have chance of an upset. That's your ideal game plan for your Panthers.
Yeah,
Ideal.
yep, that's the ideal way for sure. And I don't know. I just don't know. But moving on, we'll see. Anything can
Yep.
happen.
Oh, yeah. So, battle of in AFC South again between the team that used to play in Houston against the team that currently plays in Houston. Titans at the Texans. Yep. Titans once upon a time were the Houston Oilers, folks.
Houston Oilers, man, I haven't heard of that name in a while. So I'll get this out of the way now. 34-10, Tennessee should lose this one.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say Texans win this one going away as well. 31 to 7.
Yeah, I got nothing else. So betting odds before I forget, while Amir does more adjusting on his end. So minus 425 if you're Houston Texans plus 320. So Texans are favored, and I got nothing else really.
Well, taking another big day from Mr. Neil Hunter and Mr. Joe Mixon. So I know Will Wells has been sacked a lot. And again, if you got a chance to upset Titans, you got Tony Pollard, your best offensive player. But anyway, moving on from the Lone Star State to East Weatherford. And, well, Giant fans, your wish came true. Tommy DeVito time, or Tommy Cutlets time.
Tommy Cutlet time, right? Is that what you said?
Yep, and also the nickname they gave him.
Hmm. Well, it's gonna be more cutting for this Buccaneers offense as they're gonna cut through the Giants, 34-17.
34?
No, I'm gonna say 20 24
Okay.
24. No,
Oh,
20 no 24-10. Sorry.
okay. We'll see. I think they'll make it close. And with Tommy DeVito at the start, I feel like the Giants will have more life on offense. But I feel with the Bucks, whoever Mike Evans is going to be back in the lineup, they'll come away with the victory. But it'll be close at East Weatherford, 27-24. Giants over the Buccaneers over the Giants. Excuse me.
Yeah. So yeah. So for the betting odds, minus 270 if you're the Giants and the or Buccaneers rather. The Giants, you're plus 220. So I don't know. I keep saying 34-17 for some reason. I got that number locked in my brain somewhere, and I want to use it. every time, every time as a default score. And
I mean, I wouldn't blame it 'cause the Giants. I mean, on paper, look like a team you just would should dominate by the time from beginning to end, but somehow, someway, they surprise you. It's really been the case for the last 20 plus years. But dang, it's the NFL. Moving on. Let's just go on. Moving from East Weatherford. Let's go back to South Beach. Ah, yes. Beautiful South Beach. Let's go there for Thanksgiving. Anybody? I'd like to go there too. I mean, things change there. But anyway, that's not here or there. Dolphins host the
well,
Patriots.
in case if you guys were wondering, because it was a dead silent. We both raised our hands to that question. So if anybody's listening on Spotify, there's the answer. There's the answer.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of answers, are the Dolphins going to win this Sunday? I say they are. You know what? Yeah, I'd say the Patriots will keep it close, but the Dolphins will pull away late.
Yeah, I would have to agree. 31-17. That's a good score.
Amazingly, they also played, and also would be Drake May's first time playing against the Dolphins. So it was still Jacoby Brissett when they met back in October.
Well, yeah, that's another thing to keep in mind. But however, the betting odds are for Dolphins minus 400 and the Patriots plus 300.
Yep, and also Dolphins got a short week because after this you'll be heading to Lambeau, and we battle of Alabama versus North Carolina. 2 for Alabama, Drake May, UNC, Chapel Hill.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's a game that could be interesting.
Oh yeah,
There's some changes.
and then leave
So we're
one.
gonna move on to our next slide.
Yep, and our first slate of 4 o'clock window games. And I mentioned this again. This episode's not out yet, but did you know, folks, that the Broncos and Raiders played on November 24th, 1997?
Uh, yeah, that's interesting. Sure. So again, folks, that episode will be out later this week. So keep an eye out on that.
Oh yeah, and when you know it, they're playing again, albeit in Vegas and not Denver. But it's kind of the similar script. Broncos in contention, Raiders. Yeah, their season's basically over. And yeah, the last time they played, it was Oakland dominated on the stat sheet, but Denver won when the clock struck zero, and that's going to happen again. It's 31-3 again on November 24th, 2024. That'd be great, but that's my prediction.
Well, you're sticking with the old stat line. I like that, but I'm gonna say it's a little closer. I'm gonna say, but not by much though. 28 for Denver. Um, 14. Just pick a number,
Uh,
any number.
all right. And oh yeah, there hasn't been Black Monday or Black Friday already for the silver and black. Well, it's gonna come a little early for Raider fans who might want to start the shopping. They want to start shopping now. I heard they're playing on Black Friday too.
Yep, and right now, like as of Wednesday, November 20th, 2024. Now,
Oh yeah, because maybe shop for something. I don't know, vacation plans for 2025, or I don't know, some Elvis stuff in Vegas. I heard he was pretty big out there.
yep, or maybe buy something nice for your loved one.
Oh yeah.
Uh, so betting odds minus 240 for Denver and Raiders plus 200. So there you go.
Oh, oh yeah. So moving on from that, go from Vegas to here we go. Santa Clara, where the Raiders used to play, that being the Bay Area. Niners at Packers, and I would have thought the Packers have a better record than 49ers coming into this matchup.
Not me.
Me neither. But into the 49ers up, it's an up and down season. That's where we are. And well, Niners, you need to start winning ASAP. So I wouldn't say last chance, but don't win here. It'll be time to hit the panic button in Santa Clara. Or excuse me, in this game mean playing Green Bay. I'm sorry.
Yep. And don't make me and don't make me uh don't make me bring out the panic button again.
Oh no.
So uh I would have to agree. So I'm gonna stick with you, Amir. 27-24.
Yep, and then excuse me, this game's being played at Lambeau, not on Santa Clara. The pitch over
I'll just
here from their last matchup was in the divisional playoffs back in January, which was at Levi Stadium, won by the 49ers 24-21, if my memory serves right.
Yep, that was a good game. I do remember that one.
hmm I,
So
I
betting
never
odds.
walked in when they made that interception. Dre Greenlaw, who was sadly still injured due to his Achilles injury. But anyway, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Can you run that by me again?
Yeah, Dre Greenlaw, who picked off the clinching pass of that game, he's unfortunately not in the lineup due to his Achilles injury. He sustained the
Oh
Super Bowl a few
yeah.
weeks later.
Oh yeah. I remember that actually. I would have. I mean, I think I do. I would have to go back and we we won blah, blah, blah. Can I talk, please? Thank you. We won the tape.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you, English is hard, man.
oh yeah. Any language is hard.
Anyway, betting odds. Now we can get to the betting odds. 49ers plus 120 and the Packers minus 140.
Yep. Either way, should be a good one at Lambeau Field, but I feel like the fans at Lambeau are not going to get an early Thanksgiving feast, but they'll make up for it on Thanksgiving because they're welcoming the Dolphins that on Thursday night.
Yep. Okay, I am ready for the next. Ooh, okay, interesting. First place on the line here.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna be like this for a while until things start to separate in the AFC West. I mean, who would have thought Arizona being sole possession of first place, well, first place in general?
Not me. Nope, I would have gotten that wrong.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, but here we are.
Well, I'll just say this. This has probably been the craziest NFL picks we've done probably ever.
I would agree.
Like I mean, I know there's a long way to go, but but keep in mind, folks, we might see that again. The regular season and playoffs, or heck, the entire season is done. But oh man, honestly, hmm, interesting matchup. I don't know, Amir.
I don't blame you here because Arizona. I mean, we'll see. I mean, they've earned all their 6 wins. Give them that. Seattle's out after their 3-0 start have been up and down, especially on offense. They just can't have the turnover bug, and the defense couldn't stop anybody. I mean, I will say this: you got to face James Conner, and ooh, it's gonna be a tough day at the office if you can't contain him. And Marvin Harrison Jr. He's looking for a big day.
Yeah. So um, should be close. I'm gonna say 27-24. Looking at the betting odds are super close today for this team. I'll say these right now. Cardinals 105 minus 105. Seattle minus 115.
Yeah, and that is correct. And even though when I saw that, I'm like, I've never seen that before. Two negatives. But then again, given the records, it's not too surprising.
Not surprising whatsoever. Um, I think the highest negative win, or is it
Yeah,
vice
so
versa?
that'd be Arizona. That is.
Arizona. Okay, Arizona has the highest, being
Mhm.
105. Yep, I was right. Um, 27-24. Oh gosh, I'm gonna I'm gonna keep on with Arizona. 27-24.
All right. Or we'll say they are coming off a bye week. That being the Cardinals. Seattle has been struggling at home of late. So yeah, I'll play it safe. Arizona wins it 27-20.
Okay, that was actually my initial thought at first, 27-20. But I was like, it's got to be a little bit closer. But either way, you predicted my uh two scores that I had in my brain. One of them that you see on your screen right now, or two of them rather, because you took my first option. So I went with my second option.
Well, either way, we expect a close contest at Lumen Field, and also first place on the line.
Definitely should be fun. Should be fun.
Oh, yeah, and keep in mind the game at Lambeau with the Niners taking on the Packers as well, and then the Rams game later that night. So we'll see how things shape out. And it's a tight
Yeah,
NFC West, tighter than I thought it was going to be.
same here. Same here indeed. And that's wild to see Seattle being 5-5 and still have a shot.
Well, stay the same with the Niners and the Rams, and Arizona being sole possession at the time of this recording.
Yeah. So moving on to our next slide. Ooh, well, we're wrapping up on our picks for football, folks. Thursday night football. Oh, well, I hate to do this once again, but Pittsburgh, go ahead and just get it done already. 34-10. I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. The Browns have not shown you any, have just they haven't lived up to expectations, and I'll just say this: Steelers, you should win this going away, 7-10. Again,
Yep. And
I don't know what making the Fitzpatrick has yet to record an interception this season, and we're approaching Thanksgiving. I don't think anyone would have predicted that. Pick
wait,
your quarterback.
who who hasn't thrown an interception yet?
Or it picked off a pass, Minka Fitzpatrick for the Steelers.
Oh, well, I mean, I do know this. The betting odds: Browns plus 165, Steelers minus 195.
Yep, and speaking of the Steelers, who are also just in first place in their division, I expect the big day from your, let's see, big night from your defense. You, Mr. Queen, Mr. Watt, Mr. Fitzpatrick, Smith, and so forth. And Mr. Jameis, you won't. I do not expect you to be doing any of this at game's end.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. I'm probably gonna say something positive about Cleveland for the first time in weeks. Their defense, if everything falls into fruition, their defense can can turn up.
Well, yeah, I mean, the defense has kept them in most of their games outside of, say, but last week in New Orleans and also in Washington. But anyway, Steelers get it done. Let's move on to our Sunday night game. Going to SoFi.
Well, I'll just say this: Eagles, you guys should win this pretty pre- pretty simply. I'm gonna, but not but not by 20 or more. I'm gonna say 27-17.
7-17. Okay.
Something a little different. So, oh boy.
I will say, I mean, the Rams have I know the record doesn't reflect it, but Cooper Cup, Cooper Nakua, Corum Williams, Matthew Stafford, high powered offense, and Eagles, I mean, A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and Devontae Smith. I glad we come down to the two running backs. And I set the high scoring affair at SoFi Stadium, so I will take the Eagles 27, actually 30-27 over the Rams.
Okay. Okay. So a little closer. What do you think? Field goal.
Game winning touchdown by Saquon Barkley.
So let's say if the let's see if the Eagles have 23, the Rams have 27, for example. Saquon Barkley scores it in
Yep.
touchdown.
Yes.
Okay, I can see that.
hmm
So betting odds: Eagles minus 150, favored plus 130 is the Rams. I'm ready to get on to our last matchup of the night, folks.
Yep. So we're gonna stay in SoFi Stadium as it'll be a battle between another bird team's it's gonna come flying in, take on the other tenant at SoFi, Chargers. And well, what do you know? It's going to be a family affair at SoFi Stadium on Monday night.
For the first time in quite some time, I, if I might add, for sure, it should be fun. Oh my god, what a turnaround by by the Chargers.
Oh yeah, I mean, and also Monday Night Football, great selection. I mean, not only got the Harbaugh Bowl, but both teams are in playoff contention and have 7 wins. So hats off. Let's give them a round of applause for this one.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Yep, I know we don't have our hip hip array segments for this part of the show, so might as well do our own. So
Oh
anyway,
yeah. Mhm.
um, who to pick? Well, let me read the betting odds out before I forget. Chargers plus 130, Ravens minus 150, so the Ravens have the upper hand.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, they have struggled the last. Well, they did have an offensive setback in Pittsburgh, and also it's going to be a Ravens revenge game for J.K. Dobbins, who used to play for Baltimore, and also Gus Edwards is on the Chargers roster. Will be active for this game, along with tight end Hayden Hurst. So they are active. I know they're going to be on cruise on to their former team. I haven't said all that, and Mr. Zach Orr, I know your defense needs to maybe game plan to stop this guy at all costs. But having said all that, I'd say John once again wins the third edition of the Harbaugh Bowl, 27-24. It still should be a good one at SoFi Stadium, nonetheless.
Well, I got nothing to lose because I think I've pretty much picked the same teams the whole way through, right?
Yes, you have. Yep.
I'm gonna pick the Chargers to win at 27-24. Why not? Got nothing to lose.
Okay. You know what? Like I
It'll be
said
a,
before,
it'll be a
it's gonna be an entertaining one at SoFi.
yes.
2 nights
I was
in a
about to
row.
say, yep. Both the what was it? The Sunday night game is close to right.
Yeah, they had the Rams play on Sunday night, Chargers play on Monday night against two teams that are birds, or teams are named after birds.
Yeah. Let me take a look at that Sunday night matchup again.
hmm
Yeah, I would say the Sunday night and Monday night games should be fun as well. And we have Arizona. The Arizona game should be a good one. Still petition of first place. So, hey, my point is, we have some fun matchups this weekend, folks.
I agree. Yeah, I mean a lot of fun matches, especially in the prime, well, Sunday night and Monday night slate. The Thursday night one not so much. Then again, Colts and Panthers play at home. I hope they can deliver on my birthday, but the Lions teacher going to remind me that, yeah, Andrew and Cam and those are not in town. It's Anthony and Bryce, but wish them the best, by the way.
Definitely,
Anything can happen.
anything can happen, indeed. And speaking of anything can happen, I'm I'm gonna go. What was it? 10 games this week, so
Yes.
10 is the max.
Hmm.
Ooh, I'm gonna say I feel really good. 8-2.
8-2. Okay. Well, I'll say I'll go 7-3.
Okay. I just feel really good this week, but if if there was one game that if I had to predict that could for the party, maybe the Panthers game, maybe the Browns game. I don't one of those two that could shock shock social media.
For me, it's going to be the game at Lumen Field or one of the two games at SoFi Stadium. So I know Nick Sirianni. I mean, can't seem to get out of the. Can't seem to put his doubters to bed. He might do something to screw the game up or put his team in harm's way. Hopefully he doesn't, but you just gotta keep that on the back of your head. And again, Arizona, you just don't. In Seattle, you just don't know which one you're going to get. And even the game at Lambeau, I mean, Packers, I know, have been, despite the record, had a few mid performances on offense, and the Niners, we hope they start to put it together, but you just don't know.
Right, and it's not like we've done bad the last few weeks. We've done really good the last few weeks in terms of our record too. So honestly, I mean, why not be a little bold? And I mean, we might be bold later on because there's some teams out there are still looking for something despite being November or late November now since as of this recording. So
Oh, yeah, because again, a lot can change between now and in December. We're going between now and January. It seems like, again, still
yeah,
plenty of football
so
left to be played.
yeah, so for teams that need to find a spark, you have basically until now until Christmas to figure this out.
Oh, yeah, and if you are on top of your division, you better keep it that way because again, like I said, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Excuse me.
Yep, all good. So with that, Amir, you can stop sharing your screen if you want to.
Oh
So
yeah.
we're all done here. So folks,
Yeah.
uh, that is it for week number 12. Looking forward to it. I'm super excited for the for this game for these games this week, and man, a lot going on. So feel free to grab your popcorn, grab your soda, grab your water, and enjoy the games, folks. So, anyways, if you like what you see, feel free to give us a like, comment down below, comment down below as well. And if you want to follow us on social media, a doubleheader 97 is our Instagram, and Spotify is Doubleheader Podcast. And feel free to check out our Wix website down below. And as always, my name is Keenan Costain. He is Amir Daniels, and we'll catch you guys next time. Enjoy the games, folks. See ya.